previous network marketing experience? Raise your hands if you have previous experience in the industry. Okay? Most of us do. I would say 85 to 90% of the room just raised their hands. This is one of the biggest areas where your distributors are going to have some challenges. And it's their list. Every one of them will come back and tell you after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, they've talked to everybody they know. And you and I both know they really haven't talked to everybody they know. So we're going to jog some memories here today. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But this is really the grassroots of where the businesses start. Because if your group's not prospecting, your group's not growing. Okay? So first and foremost, people don't plan to fail. They fail to plan. Okay? You want to take that list, and we're going to get into here in just a little bit. We're going to get into what does the list comprise of and where you get that list. But on a nightly basis, what I want you to do is I want you to have this exercise and do this exercise. If you do this, you'll succeed. Every night before you go to bed, put together the list of the 5 to 8 to 10 people who you're going to call tomorrow. If you don't put that list together the night before you go to bed, the alarm goes off in the morning, you got your Javita going, you got the kids going to school, you're out the door, life gets in the way, you get home that night, dinner is served, family time, all of a sudden it's bedtime, and the 5 or the 8 or the 12 people you thought you were going to reach out to, you never did. Okay? This is what's going to keep you on track. You don't go to bed. When you get that list put together, you don't go to bed until the 5 people have been contacted. Now, if you want to make a little more money up front, you're going to put 15 and 20 people's names on that list, and you're going to contact 15 to 20 people a day. You're not going to be able to keep that pace up for much longer than 30 days, because what's going to happen is your group's going to grow. They're going to need you for help. They're going to need you on 3 ways. And you're not going to be able to keep that 15 to 20 to 30 prospects per day on pace. So then it's going to back down to possibly that 5. But if you practice this exercise, and see, we're all leaders in the room. This is a leadership summit. You guys are the ones, and the gals, you're the ones who want to take this thing to that next level and to be a chairman someday. It starts with that list. And it starts with you teaching and training your people how to develop that list. So, of course, the more names, the more contacts you make, the more money you're going to make. Okay? Have an opening in mind. Talking to Dennis here a little bit ago. Dennis was out in the lobby prospecting. All of a sudden started prospecting someone from another network marketing company. They exchanged information. They drink via coffee. Won't be much longer. They'll be drinking Javita coffee for the rest of their lives. But it starts with him, or it starts with an engaging conversation with somebody. Those couple of key questions are really essential to have you, whether you're at the mall, whether you're at church, whether you're at the bus stop in the morning, bringing the kids to school, wherever it is. Have an opening question. There's a couple of them that I like to use, and I don't use the same one every time. One of them might be, do you know anyone who drinks coffee? It might be your opening question. The next question might be, do you keep your income options open? If I'm in a restaurant and I've got a sharp waiter or waitress waiting on me, the question I ask them is have you ever, you're sharp. Have you ever thought about being your own boss? That's the question. If they're a waiter and they're 36 years old and they've never thought about being their own boss, I don't breathe another word to them. Because if they're 30, how many of you when you were young dreamed of being your own boss?
Yes.
Okay? You dreamed of being in control of your future. Dreamed of being in control of your own destiny. And that's what this does. That tapping of the global economy, as Stan mentioned earlier, this is one of the only businesses you can tap the global economy. So get an opening, stick with that opening you're comfortable with, and move your business in a forward direction. And positives need to outweigh the negatives in your life. If you're a negative thinking person, or if you don't think positive thoughts, read and develop yourself. John will talk a little bit about that later on. Develop yourself on a daily basis. Positives, not negatives. Build confidence. That warm market. What's your warm market? Your warm market, really that first warm market is your cell phone contact address. How many in the room have more than 30 contacts in your cell phone? Okay? Some of you. Let's see who has the most contacts in their cell phone, just for the fun of it. You're all leaders. How many of you have more than 100 contacts in your cell phone? Okay? How many have more than 200 contacts in your cell phone? 300 contacts in your cell phone. 400 contacts in your cell phone. 400. Half the room still got their hands up. All of you bring your cell phones up here right now. That's the beginning of your list. Every one of those people should know you're involved with Javita. Every one of them should know how big the coffee industry is. 500 million cups a day. Every one of those people should know what you're doing. Every one of them. They might not all be prospects. You might get referrals from some of them as well. Okay? So, how many of you like that $100 bill I gave? $100 bill. Has anybody not seen the $100 bills? Okay? We're going to have them up here after, actually, we'll have them up here when we're done with our event. You can come up, they'll be on the front podium here at the front stage. You can pick one up. And here's really the reason why I like the $100 bill. If I'm quickly getting on an airplane, if I'm quickly passing through, some maybe atmosphere, maybe it's at the post office, I don't have to say much about an opportunity. But if there's a $100 bill with a Stan Charlstein's face on it, and it's actually not Stan's face, it's a Ben Franklin. If they're at all curious, they're going to peel off the $100 bill. They're going to read the back of it, and it clearly says there are 500 million cups consumed daily in the United States. It has your sales presentation literally for you. Now, if I can, I'm going to get their information before I hand this stick of Javita to them. If I absolutely can. You want to remain in control, you grab the stick, you give them the stick, you grab their name and their number. But the $100 bill kind of does the sale for you, and it actually fits really slick right in the back behind the two sticks in the sample sleeve as well. I think it's a great idea. The company came up with that. I think it's a great idea. The other thing you want to do, ask for referrals. How many of you have gotten told no about Javita in the last 4 weeks? Someone's told you no. Mm-hmm. Did you ask for a referral? You ask for a referral, your list will never go dry. Some of my biggest producers in the industry, our teams have made about $135 million over the last number of years. Some of my biggest producers have come from the referral side, not from my direct people. But it's someone that knows someone that knows somebody else. Okay? So ask for referrals.